Since President Trump has been in office, the policies towards accepting refugees into the United States have significantly changed. We sat down with Jean Abshire, Associate Professor of Political Science at IU Southeast, to learn more.
The president sets a number, and in the past, that has been viewed kind of as a target. Like, we have it as an international obligation and as our own law to welcome a certain number of refugees, not hordes, but a certain number, and we're going to set the number and we're going to try to hit that number. So it's very different to have something as a target or a goal versus a ceiling. And the change that we've seen under the Trump administration is that what used to be a goal or a target is now a ceiling, and it has dropped considerably. The maximum number who could come in, the ceiling was 45,000, and we only let in about 22,000. So we didn't even hit half, actually, of our allotment. And this year's, the 2019 ceiling was reduced to 30,000.
Along with the lower acceptance for refugees during his time as president, Trump has also fought for a Muslim ban on Islamic countries with refugees.
It is not uncommon for about a third of the U.S. population to think that we accept too many refugees, especially with some of the most recent groups of refugees coming in. There have been allegations that they pose a terrorism threat. That's been a big thing, especially most recently. And it's also related to Trump's actions in an effort to ban refugees from predominantly Muslim countries.
Although Trump's first two bills were not passed, there was still a way for Trump to slow certain countries from vetting refugees.
To date, the official position is that refugees are not being turned away because of their religion, but in fact, there has been sort of a redeployment of personnel that has meant that in a de facto way, there is still a Muslim ban. So one of the things that has been reported from out in the field is that fewer and fewer of the U.S. representatives who do those security interviews are available. They're just being pulled out of certain countries and redeployed elsewhere. So when that happens, if there's no one to do your security interview, there's no one to give your security clearance, and that's a way of creating a backlog and preventing people from coming, even though it's not an official ban.
One of the main reasons people are afraid of allowing in refugees is because they fear an increase in terrorist attacks. However, there is no evidence that the two events are related.
We have not had a terrorist attack on U.S. soil that was carried out by refugees. Again, they go through a year and a half to 2 years on average of screening, and part of the things that we look at are terrorist threats.
The recent restrictions have not only slowed the vetting process, it has had an effect on many refugee families who are already in the United States.
We have families in this area in Louisville where the husband and wife have been separated for years now, say families from Somalia, for example, because you have brothers and sisters separated who've been trying to get back together for years, and they in fact were cleared to come, and even in some cases had gone through their process and were waiting to come, but they were just never got the final go ahead.